And I've been here in this chair for 5 years, and the first probably 4 were the toughest.
It has been a tough go for a lot, particularly for smaller businesses through this real downturn in the economy.
I think we need to all just focus on the fact that it wasn't just Lansing that was impacted by the economic downturn. Lansing, despite the economic downturn, still remains in the top third of the Southland in terms of sales tax receipts.
As I was looking at coming on board here, my sense of what is happening here, though, is that the outlook overall is positive. And so I think we're now at the point locally and in the broader economy where we're able to move out of that downturn now.
As the business commercial base is solid, ideally that's where your dominant tax base is. We want to build a strong commercial base to help families and residents. There's only a couple of ways for us to have additional revenue to function as a municipality, and that's either to raise taxes or to simply collect more taxes by virtue of adding more tax-paying bodies. Obviously, when we're bringing businesses in, we're also bringing jobs. Walmart itself will add several hundred jobs in addition to the ones that they already have up in the landings. National Pasteurized Egg is in the process of adding 50% to their capacity. That's another 18 or 20 jobs. And there's other ways to grow the pie in terms of Phillips Chevrolet, instead of selling 45 cars a month and selling 200 cars a month. That grows the pie. So that helps stabilize us financially as a community, which is an enormous benefit to our residents.
The thing that gets me excited is Torrance Avenue corridor. Everybody's been telling me of it since I've been a mayor. Torrance Avenue looks terrible. You get off the expressway and the empty buildings. And
the Torrance Avenue corridor, that's your entranceway into Lansing.
When people get off the expressway, that's the first thing they see. There's Lansing.
A lot of the buildings that are on Torrance are what in the development world we call functionally obsolete. They don't have the right amount of parking. They don't have parking in the right place.
For a number of years, we didn't have any funding to help create and to develop Torrance Avenue. We just recently finished adding a new TIF district on Torrance Avenue.
The TIF district enables us to incentivize developers to do something really great there. Essentially, a TIF district freezes the tax base at the time that the TIF district is created, and the taxes for those businesses don't change. It just freezes the tax base, and then as the taxes do go up, that increase in the taxes or that increment in the taxes goes into a fund to enable you to offer financial incentives, financial assistance to developers looking to redevelop a property.
They can be poorly managed or they can be efficiently managed in the way that they are intended to be. Lansing is a good example of where we're going now in managing our TIF districts.
And there's areas over there that we can redevelop,
What you're seeing now is the fruit of, years of working on that.
If our entrance to Lansing and our corridor is very inviting and appealing, it's going to only enhance the future of Lansing.
You just want to have economic development to have economic development. You don't want, 25 dry cleaners in town, but just for the sake of saying, hey, we're doing economic development, isn't this great? We want to look now towards our decisions that we make as it relates to the lifestyle for our residents.
The primary focus that I've been brought on to work on is really creating a robust business environment. We're focused on marketing the village as a whole, as a destination place to be. If we can create an overall robust business environment in town, it allows us to weather those bumps better. The other challenge that we see in town is just a number of aging buildings in some of our commercial corridors, and that's why it's important for the village to be strategic about working with developers, working with businesses that are here to try and be creative in finding ways to repurpose those buildings. I think there's been some smaller businesses that have set up shop. I think one of those exciting institutions is Visible Music College. Obviously, it's not a place people are going to go shop at, but it's going to be this great new place in downtown, and it's going to provide a lot of new people into downtown. You know, students who are there who will be living and shopping and traveling through downtown. They're just going to be a great new institution downtown. The other one that's happening right now is the O'Reilly's Auto Parts that's going in at the corner of Ridge and Torrance. And what's really exciting there is the great visual aesthetic of the building. It's going to improve the look of the area, but also behind it will be some new retail development. And so in that similar vein, again, everyone knows about the Walmart project happening, and that's not a new business, but it's exciting for us because it's really going to serve as a catalyst for a lot of new development around its new location there.
Phillips Chevrolet and the investments that they're making, about $3.5 million.
They're expanding their lot in the back, and they're redoing the whole facade and the inside of the showroom area.
You don't invest $3.5 million if you think that the market you're in is in a decline. Those kinds of things are all indicators of the health of the economy. But on the whole, we're very optimistic because of what we hear from our businesses and what we see from them in terms of their willingness to invest.
Homes are selling in this community. I talked to some of the real estate salespeople in the community who kind of keep me up in touch with how the sales are going. Our housing stock is good. We have some good values in this town, and they're selling, so we're happy about that. One of the issues that we've been listening to for the last couple of years are residents talking about our residents not keeping their yards clean, getting their alley cleaned. And so this summer we made a big, strong push on residents to clean up behind their home.
A home is for most folks, is the largest investment that they will ever make. We need to do our role in protecting people's investment.
It's your town just as much as it's my town. Take care of it.
So this year we had brought on a couple code enforcement officers that their sole job was property maintenance.
Code enforcement officers will identify, some deficiency on a property, knock on the door or reach out for the homeowner, bring it to their attention, make some sort of arrangement for some reasonable period of time where they can remedy that. And then the code enforcement officer will follow up to ensure that they actually did that. We want to motivate people to invest in their own properties, to invest in their neighborhood. But it's an important role for us to play in helping to protect the investment of neighbors.
There's always the challenge of being on the border. That's why I talked about trying to promote a strong economy here in Lansing, because then it allows us to offer our own competitive advantages with our neighbors here in Indiana.
The neighboring towns that match our population growth, we're all about the same as far as how we're doing. Couldn't say that 3 or 4 years ago.
Talking to you as a resident, I would probably say things are great in the village and we're moving in the right direction, but we can't do it without you. We need your help. There is our cleanup day that we have every spring. I'm actually thinking of doing a spring cleanup day and a fall cleanup day because we do get a lot of people that enjoy it and have asked that we do it twice a year. There's also the Lansing Association for Community Events. They're always looking for volunteers. And then here within the village, we've got committees and commissions that we're always looking, for new people to put on those committees and commissions.
We believe that municipal government should be responsive to the residents. We exist to serve the residents. We should make the process of applying for permits, receiving permits, exchanging documents with the village as painless and seamless as it possibly can be to the benefit of businesses, contractors, and most importantly, our residents.
I feel like we're in a renewal stage.
I've really been impressed by the civic pride that I see here in Lansing. I see a lot of people who are intent on continuing to make Lansing a great place and who are willing to invest time and money in that effort.
I think it's very exciting to see the things that will be happening in the future.
I look at it, unfortunately, as I got 3 years left. When you are getting close to being finished as a mayor and you know these good things are coming, you like to stick around and be a part of it. Hopefully the village board and the people who come after me will keep the same momentum going. That'll make our community a much better community to live in.
I would say that there's a real sense of optimism about the future of the business climate here in Lansing. So.